Hey guys, subscribe for daily content. And if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on, YouTube? Metal Complex here, and welcome to this week's episode of The Knife Guy. If you're new to my channel or you just came out of some weird corner of the internet and you have no idea where you are or who I am, I'm a knife guy, knife user, knife collector, knife enjoyer of many sorts. We are all, I'm assuming, if you're watching this video, knife guys and gals in this super weird and crazy EDC and knife-related world, and we all go down our own unique paths, but oftentimes those paths intersect, and we experience a lot of the same stuff. What I like to do in this series is pick up knives, in this case that are all mine, and just sort of fidget with them, mess with them while I'm talking, give you guys something to watch and or listen to on this hopefully beautiful Sunday morning, afternoon, or evening. Almost started off by saying this is going to be a rambly episode. I don't know what's going on with my voice right now. I think I've got some sinus pressure or something that's making my voice sound funny. And I'm recording this very early in the morning. This is actually on Friday. You guys are watching this on Sunday morning, but I'm recording down here at about 8:15 in the morning. Not that that matters. But this is going to be a rambly episode is what I was about to say. And then I realized every Knife Guy episode is literally just a knife ramble, right? That's why you guys are watching, because you already know that. Everything that's out here right now is stuff that is hard to get. There are a couple of items out here that are like dealer exclusives, right? The two Spydercos. This one's been... The shaman's been altered, right? And they're just gone now, right? You just, as far as I understand, they only do, so many and then they're done. I don't know if they'll do more of the River's Edge Cutlery Shaman. I don't think they'll do more of the M4 Smock, the coated ones, or the non-coated ones. And then there's stuff that's just like limited release, right? Because they can't, right? Like the Synapse XL here, they can only do so many at a time. So there'll be more at some point, right? Same with like the, this is an exclusive, Hinderer XM18, the frag, the monkey edge frag, right? They do those, I don't know, every 2 to 4 years, something like that. And then there's stuff that's just really high demand. Like it's a regular production knife, right? Like the freaking Hinderer XM18. I've talked about this so many times. How many years after, okay, the end of the time where the first time where Hinderers were really hard to get, the end of that was about 2014, if I remember correctly. I remember 2012, 2013 being like, I want one, but you can't get one. And then 2014, I was like, hey, here's one in stock. And it's just the regular price, right? It was just sitting there, and I was like, okay, that's right around where it ended. Then from 2014 to 2019, Hinderers were everywhere. They were everywhere. If you came into the knife scene or you came into the Hinderer scene, during the second Scarcity, which started in 2020, I'm sure it's kind of difficult to imagine a time when Hinderers were just raining from the sky. But I remember being like, I remember just like getting the itch, right? Just sitting. It was usually, at my work desk back when I worked my other job, just sitting at my desk and being like, I think I want to buy a Hinderer. Oh gosh, which one should I buy? That was the issue. Not can I find one? I don't even care what shape the blade is or what color the scale is. No, the dilemma was there are so many. Which should I get? This dealer has this. I remember going to DLT Trading and being like, oh wow, they still have, no choil spantos, and they also have slicers right now. But then so-and-so's got the sheep's foot, and gosh, look at all these different finishes that are available. That I remember that. It seems like it was a long time. That was 2 years ago, but it seems like it was 10 years ago. right? Crazy. It was crazy how available they were. That is not the case anymore. If you want a Hinderer, I went to eBay the other day to look and see what people want for the new at DLT Trading, the new non-flipper Spantos. It was like starting bid was $625, or you could buy it now for $800, $825, $850, something like that. These freaking things are going for the Monkey Edge frags are going buy it now for $900 to $1,000. That's stupid. Stupid. Don't do that. They're hard to get, but listen, like DLT the other day, and I will get to the main topic here. If you're new, this is Knife Guy is rambling. We're going on. I don't even number the episodes out loud anymore. They're numbered in the title. But we're on like episode 119, 100, I don't know, something like that. They've all been this way, all of them. So if you're new to this series and you're like, why is he so rambly? Because I just am. That's how they are, right? Knife Guy and pretty much everything I do is a very long ramble. But eventually it circles back around. What were we talking about? Excuse me. Oh, DLT announced their drop, their exclusive Hinder drop. Now, I'm not, I think that was because it was an exclusive, right? But I had missed that because I wasn't paying attention, right? They don't tell me, I have an affiliate program set up with DLT Trading, but they don't reach out to me and go, hey, do you want to buy one early? They don't do that. They made their I don't get any special treatment. They made their post on Instagram, and I'll tell you, I would have bought one. Had I noticed, for whatever reason that day, I just didn't see that DLT Trading had, mentioned on Instagram, hey, these are coming, right? Now, they sell quickly, but they didn't sell so fast that they, I remember getting notifications that people had used my links to buy them, right? And that went on for about, 15, 20 minutes. That means that anybody who was ready had plenty of time to pick one up, right? As compared to other models like the River's Edge Cutlery Shaman that sell out in like 2 minutes, right? And it crashes the site. Now, I think everybody who really, really wanted to get one and was paying attention, and was aware that they were dropping had plenty of time. So, yeah, in that case, DLT Trading, if you're not following them on Instagram, you should be. And if you're not signed up for email notifications through DLT, you should be, because if not for Hinderer knives, then other things. You can use my link, by the way. If not for Hinderer knives, then other things. They get cool stuff all the time. But yeah, they let people know. It wasn't, and other production runs of Hinder is just regular stuff. And by regular stuff, I mean the stuff that all retailers get, right? They're probably not going to mention anything. You just have to be ready. But anyways, regular stuff has now become difficult. Some regular stuff has now become difficult to get. How crazy is it that, I made a post the other day and I was like, PM2s are back in stock. The PM2 right now, it's crazy. And everybody's buying up PM2 Para 3, and now there's the S45 VN versions are in stock. And by the way, if you've been on the fence about the PM2 or the Para 3, you've never experienced it before, now's a good time. I've been frustrated for a while at the increasing prices of the PM2 and Para 3, and that's because they weren't changing anything. It was like, here's the same PM2 in G10 and S30V, but we want way more money for it now. You guys remember when the PM2 was $120? I do. It wasn't that long ago. It was like 2017, 2018. I guess that was quite a while ago. But yeah, and then now it's $157. If you're going to increase the price, give us something different. They finally did. Now they're in S45VN. Yeah, even the black ones. The all-black PM2, I just saw it on DLT the other day, is in S45VN, which I'm much more on board for. If you've been on the fence about the PM2 or Para 3, which is also now the G10 versions have been upgraded to S45VN, pick one up, because this current wave of them, when they're gone, there'll be another big dry spell. it seems like we don't exist in the same like knife world where there's just a continuous flow. You can't always go to a retailer and pick up models like the PM2 all the time. It used to be that certain things were just perpetually there. You know, they had an endless supply of PM2s and Shamans and Hinderers and whatever else, right? I bought a rat for a buddy I wanted to buy a rat for a buddy the other day, and I was shocked to see how many versions of the rat were not available. I had to hunt around for a little bit, right? So it's crazy, and it's affecting me in a way where my buying habits are now buy it first and ask questions later, because I'm afraid of, you know, missing out, like the Recon 40, right? I snoozed on this originally because I was like, no, the Recon 40 will always be around. Like, it's not like crazy, you know, people aren't beating down doors for it. It wasn't necessarily that. It started to get more popular, but then also they weren't able to make as many because of what, and this is just my opinion. I don't know this 100%. I'm just guessing that everybody had a hard time in 2020. Right? It's kind of hard to continue to make things when we have all the restrictions and stuff. So that, and then on top of the fact that the knife world is still growing, there are more people watching not just my channel, but lots of channels that are, you know, like, look at these are so great. Look at this. You should collect this. You should buy this, right? And so the demand is increasing and the population of the knife world is increasing. You know, people are more likely to buy certainly the popularity of, you know, premium American knives. I think we can all agree the demand for that stuff has gone through the roof, which that's great. I'm so happy that knives like the Demco AD20, Hinderer XM18, Chris Reeve knives, I'm so happy that people are like, you know what, $425, you got it. That's great. I'm happy about that. But so many people want them that they're hard to get, right? And so people spend their money on other things that are available. And that's happened so often that those things have become unavailable, right? The PM2 for a while was hard to find. How weird, right? I'm kind of surprised that the 0562 is still hovering around. You can still buy a titanium 0562. And I got to tell you, I have gone back and forth. I don't know why, because I buy much more expensive things month in and month out. And this channel has a budget, and I spend it so that I can keep bringing you guys more interesting content on top of the regular flow of stuff, like, you know, viewers sending in knives for review, things like that. But I keep reminding myself at the beginning of every month going, you need to buy an 0562 Ti, because one of two things is going to happen. They're either going to sell out of them and it's going to become the next thing that you just can't find at retailers, or ZT is finally going to discontinue that thing. It doesn't look like Rick Hinder and Zero Tolerance I don't know this. I'm just guessing, considering it's been a while since they've done anything. I think the last thing that Rick Hinder did with Zero Tolerance was the 0393. And that's been a while, right? But I've noticed that the 0393, the GLCF, is starting to, you know, I've seen that thing be sold out at various retailers. I'm wondering if, and I don't know this, I'm wondering if we're at the point, this is how my brain works now. I'm giving you guys examples of what the 2021 knife world has done to my mind. I'm wondering if whatever 0562 Ti's are left out there, if those are the last ones. And once they're gone, they're just gone, right? I don't know. So I keep reminding myself, you need to get one of those, because if you don't, then they're going to become super scarce, and then they're going to end up like the 0560, and you're going to see them on eBay for $500 or more, you know? So anymore, it's like I've been going back and buying things that I'm worried about, you know, not being there, but at the same time trying to pay attention to the new stuff that's coming out, and just like dealing with the general, like, this is new, buy it now. It's I'm experiencing the same type of FOMO that my channel creates, my channel and others like it create for the people who are watching, right? And it's not like I'm intentionally trying to drive that. It's just like that is a natural presence. We're all experiencing that, right? Not everybody. Some people will watch channels like mine just for general entertainment, and they'll have one knife and they're like, that I don't feel the urge to go out and buy every last thing that's like, it's gonna be gone soon, right? Like, there are plenty of people who watch that are just generally entertained by knife content, right? We're all experiencing the same, like the enthusiasts and collectors especially, we're all experiencing the same knife holder right now. If you are, it's a combination of Facebook groups, collectors groups on Facebook that are targeted towards the knives that you really want to get, right? And you're on Instagram, and you're on the forums, and you are on YouTube and Reddit and various Discord groups. You're you're intentionally putting yourself in this world and are absolutely being affected by the, you know, you're like, I get my paycheck tomorrow, and you just like sit, you know, that's, we're all in it. And by the way, you know, if you're trying to hunt something specific down, this always cracks me up. And I'm not coming down on you. Well, I kind of am. But let me say this. I used to question this. I used to yell this at the sky, right? I'd be sitting there watching a YouTube video and I'd go, oh, I want that. And then I would just then go to look around and find that it was sold out and then become angry. Why can't I have this? Why don't they make more? Why? You have to make an effort, right? You have to make an effort to follow. It's like, well, I don't have an Instagram. Make an Instagram. It's not hard. And don't use it for anything except following the various knife groups and knife manufacturers, right? So that you can be aware of drops. Sign up for email notifications on various retailer sites. Join collector groups on Facebook, like the Hinderer Knives Users and Collectors group, where Rick Hinderer makes announcements periodically, right? Do that. Because if you don't do it, you won't get the stuff you want. The people who complain to the sky, I suddenly discovered this and want it, and it's not available. Bah! That's nobody's nobody's gonna come console you. Like, it's like, dude, all of us have been standing in line waiting for this thing forever. There are plenty of people who are involved in and actively looking and doing everything they can to make themselves aware of the next drop of things, and have missed said thing multiple times over, right? So, people suddenly becoming aware of something and then finding out it's unavailable, right? They're not owed anything. There's just certain things are hard to get, right? So it's funny when I see comments like that. I went to check and it's out of stock. Stupid. I'm mad. Yeah. I know, people make the argument, artificial scarcity. And why don't they do like somebody made a good point the other day. Why don't they make a sign up for pre-order type of thing, like with the whole River's Edge Cutlery dealer exclusive? Why don't they? Because people would be like, why don't they make enough for everybody? And I would be like, well, because they have to put in a specific order and they have to pay for that order, and it gets expensive, and they don't want to overshoot it and spend way too much money and have a whole bunch sitting around, and then they don't want to undershoot it. And somebody said, why don't they make an order, where they can get a head count of exactly how many people are going to want them, and then maybe just order a few more for the people who are late to the game. That seems like a good idea. I don't know why they don't do that. A lot of people jump to the conclusion very quickly that it's because they're evil and Spyderco's evil and everybody's evil and everybody's out to get me. I would say, whoa, calm down. Whether people jump to that conclusion because they're paranoid or they just, they do that, I think it's kind of trendy to, you know, display yourself as woke enough to recognize the evil of, corporations, right? I'm sure that's the case sometimes, but whenever I hear that about like, it's like a retailer like River's Edge Cutlery and between them and Spyderco, it's like, calm down. You gotta find something that brings you happiness if you are dedicating a certain amount of emotional energy, right, to getting online and just pouring out your hatred for this type of stuff. It's like, chill. I don't know why they don't do that. I'm sure that there's a reason for it. Perhaps it is driving up, traffic and attention to a retailer, right? It helps out with, just paying attention, going back and checking the retailer over and over and over and over again, versus a situation where they get a head count and order that many, and then those people who would otherwise be checking every day are not going back to the retailer and checking because they are secure in the idea that they will absolutely get one, right? So, and it's like, I understand why if that is the case, I understand why that would make some people mad, but can you blame them? Like, everybody's trying to function right now. Everybody's trying to, like, the retailers that were just like, oh, everything's great, right? And then 2020, happened, and it's like, and I'm defending these retailers, and people are like, well, it's always been like that, Here's the thing. Let's get down to the bottom of this. The reason that people get so frustrated is because they want it. I want it, I can't have it, so I'm mad, right? And then they do the whole, like, raise the shield of justice, right? Defender of the broken, I will raise the shield. It's like, no, you just want a knife and you can't have it. Like, don't pretend like you are, this, righteous, altruistic, like that you're shedding the light on this type of stuff for the benefit of everybody. No, you just want it and you can't have it, and Now, I'm not talking about everybody here. Obviously, 99% of people watching right now are probably laughing, and there's like a few people who are like, man, he's talking about me. But yeah, I mean, like, let's dig into that. That's why, people, they just want, and I'm included, we just want what's not available. And when we can't get it, right, it's just like, it's just, toxicity and breathing fire and stuff like that. So, are people right in saying stuff like that? Perhaps, maybe so. Is it frustrating? Sure. Can we blame the retailers all the time? No, I don't think so. I don't even, I just, it's like, my thought process is I'm really not interested in investing that much emotional energy in something. If I can't have it, well, gosh darn it, it sucks, but I'll just go find something else, right? And it's like I've always said, there are so many options out there, go find something else that makes you happy. This entire episode has been about, well, when everybody does that, the options start to dwindle. And I'm starting to notice that, right? So, what's the message here? I don't know. If you've been on the fence about something for a while, not to push the whole fear of missing out thing, but maybe you should go ahead and get it. Because you don't know when it's going to become unavailable, and you're going to have to be forced onto the secondary market. I can't tell you how many people have messaged me and gone, I was on the fence about Hinder for so long, and now they're unavailable, and you talk about them all the time, so I went ahead and I went on eBay, and I know that I paid too much money for it. I paid $600 for an XM18, but oh well. It's like, I don't want people to have to do that. If you know that you're gonna, keep buying knives, certain things are just not gonna be around forever, so get the thing that you want now before it's not there anymore. Because everybody is just going the alternative route and buying what is available, and that's the stuff that's disappearing now. Not everything, right? Some things are just like, there's always a freaking Civivi Elementum somewhere. You know what I mean? But that's the type of stuff that's always around. The stuff that has been manufactured in unbelievable quantities, right? So, wow, this is rambly. If you're still here at the end, I'm sure you're like, what the heck was the point? What was the main topic of discussion here? There were so many different things. I don't know. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of The Knife Guy. It was weird, but you probably know that, right? You probably already knew that it was going to be the case coming into it. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do not like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that middle complex. So go right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.